Skyme at sea, the grandest ship that ever be, came bounding in out from the deep. What secrets does she keep? Acid burning Lady Grey, General Gunner, Dragonheart, and Dave the Geek, Danny Samini and Hammy with Diamine sang. Flow, let the flames flow, the eclectic vision soar. Captain Mad Love's home.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it may be, wherever you may be. It is I, Captain Madlove, coming at you live with yet another chapter from the Captain's Log, directly from the Captain's quarters and my terribly messy Captain's desk. I was working on some projects yesterday. Hello, Gore. How is it going, Blade Mark and Danny? I see you out there. Let's see. Oh, and that's about it. My magic stick. Let me find my magic stick. Hold on. I've got garbage all over my desk. I was working on this very important project, getting all of the booty box all finalized for the winners of our contest. There, did that work? Look, there's even shit on the floor behind me. I don't even know how that shit got there. Like pillows and buckets and things, right? Telling you what. Telling you what. How is everybody out there? Oh, take the stickers off my desk. I really want to work on my little bust today. See if we can get some work on that done. I even left the colors on my palette. But I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know how long the stream will last. I am in a significant amount of pain. I wanted to come here anyway to be sure I had the opportunity to see everyone before. This would be my last stream before we go to get ready officially to leave for the ReaperCon. And so I wanted the opportunity to be able to be sure to talk to everyone a little, let them know I was going to be there. And we have not decided on a time, but I do want to do the meetup at the Midnight Heroes booth. I do. I thought that that would be really, really good. I did not finish that notation. Looks like I petered out on myself here at my desk the last time. Oh, I will be posting regularly. That I will do, Danny. So, I know that you probably won't be able, I don't know, do you have access to the internet out there in the big, big wide world? Hello, Zelius, Midnight. Yes. I thought that it would be a good place to meet up because they have 3 booths this year, and one of them is just a big table set up for people to come and paint. So I thought I would take a break, go do some painting, probably never leave the table for the rest of the day, because after all, there I would be painting and comfortable. So it would have to be like my second day. Otherwise, I will just paint all day. Whenever I get a chance to paint, that's the end of it. If I can. They're gonna need a bigger table. Well, I don't, I actually don't know what size table he has, but you probably have a good point. I just thought I'd tell everybody, hey, let's go meet up over there and, see what happens. I'm gonna be painting. Figured if I could find a time from a certain time to a certain time that I could park there and paint, that would be a good spot. Because after all, it will be set up for that. So hopefully he'll have lots of rinse cups and crazy stuff like that, that I'm not carrying with me. We'll see how that goes. All right, it looks like I'm probably going to need some fresh water here. The palette got a little dry, probably from staying open too long and me not working on it. So yeah, I might want to tell him, I guess, if I'm going to go to that table at a certain time. But he did say to come by. I have to go by and pick some things up from him anyway. So one of the things that I want to do is pick up goodies while I'm there. But I'm sure people, ReaperCon, they're probably more interested in Reaper miniatures than they will in the others. But they got a couple of private people showing up. So that's going to be kind of cool. I'm going to get to meet Jacob Jansen. He's going to be there with a booth. I noticed that. And there's also, Bombshells is going to be there. I don't know them, Bombshell Minis, but there's a couple of also private sculptor developers that are going to be there, and that's going to be really, really cool. Well, hello, 3D Code Warrior, and welcome aboard. How are you? How are you doing? this is my last stream before we go to the ReaperCon, and so I really wanted to make it to let everybody know that popped in, and also, it's PJ's Sunday, and a lot of people end up actually painting on this day. They told me because of the fact that they have Sunday off. So I am having, Hammy's having a few. She wasn't doing too good this morning. She was in a significant amount of pain as well, which was very odd. And so, yeah, between the two of us, it's been quite a morning. OBS, I thought you said I gave you the middle finger. I was looking like, I never did that. Yes, I'm going to be going to ReaperCon, and I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to meet a lot of folks there. Oh, Karu. Hello. I thought I saw that name pop up. Oh. So you guys can also share, it is Sunday. And so, just so that you know, you want to mark your calendars. I will not be streaming this Technical Tuesday, and then I will not be streaming for an entire week, probably all the way up to even the following Technical Tuesday. So since we are traveling back on Monday, I don't know where I'm going to be at on Tuesday. Oh. Who allowed that? Well,
I did. You got a problem with that? Talk to Hammy.
Talk to Hammy. Yeah, Hammy said.
Hammy said we could go.
But, I think that, let's fight it out. Let's fight it out, says Puling. Look out. That's a lot of man right there. Are you sure you're ready for that? Hold on, I got something in my eye. Something floating around. Can't do the eye thing. Oh my god, my glasses are so dirty too. Gotta clean the glasses again. Oh, D20. With a D20. So yeah, so it looks like it's going to be from this coming Technical Tuesday, and then we'll probably, let me take a look at a calendar just to verify this. Now I'm suspecting.
I had a metal D100 Puling. We could roll those.
Let me see. So yeah, it looks like the next Technical Tuesday would be on the 7th. So, and I fly back, it looks like Monday evening. So it's highly possible that I will not be streaming on that Technical Tuesday either. And that we will end up actually picking everything up on Friday, date night, the 10th is what it looks like. I will try to put something up on my Instagram so that you guys have something there. He came prepared. Yeah. He when it comes to die, he definitely is prepared. Oh, he never gets in physical fights. He just likes to roll dice, social distancing and all.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know that you're reading along there, so that's awesome. Are you doing supports today? Oh, again, are we, this is our 4th or 5th round?
45th.
45th round? Okay.
45th, 45th, 46th.
45th or 45th or something like that. Is there any news as of yet on the race car thing at all? Oh, that was a mic thing. You took it. Wait. Oh. Went into storage. Got into the DJ equipment?
No.
Oh, I was going to say there was.
Still the microphone there.
Oh, did I have 2 of them?
Yes.
Oh, why would I need 2 microphones there? Oh, don't worry about it. Well, that actually kind of works out. You're so not prepared when it comes to die. Well, you know, Geek's got like, the thing is like over the
Well, I
year,
bet as many as I used to.
he doesn't, because you know, friends come over and sometimes the dice end up in theirs, and you know, but the other thing too is like, our dice also are accumulated. Well, his dice, mine are all in their neat little packages where they belong. But Geek shares his with everybody. Like, you know, you'll go in and take them out of his. So they get lost under the table in cracks and corners. Vacuum cleaners eat them. But the other thing that happens is that people's dice accumulate in your dice. And pretty soon before you know it, all those matching sets just don't exist anymore. Is that the big diorama with all the lava and the dead people and everything, Zelius? I mean, I didn't have my glasses on, so I could be wrong at the time I looked at it, but it looked like lava and dead people and a lot going on. So you are being spoken to in chat.
No.
All right, now I can see, so I know what portion is actually my vision and what portion is, you know, the other. I am having this today. Yes, I will make sure to drink, and if Misko comes in here and starts carrying on about the hydrate, then you guys just be really, really patient. Also, I have a surprise to show you guys. I want to show you a surprise. So I have pictures of the booty boxes with the prizes in them for the winners. Oh my God. You guys, I built some like crazy booty boxes. You'll leave Geek alone? Was that answer just too short and to the point for you, Danny? No conversation? It's gonna be fine. Let me see. No, not really. I guess it depends on how you look at it. We really are going to paint white today, you guys. So if you have anything that you want to paint white, today is your day. Today is your day. I really, for real, this is what I want to do, is I want to paint the white. I have to. Everybody's going to have to, you guys, modding out there in chat and controlling the people. Make sure if anybody comes in and they raid, we'll give them lots of goods. And if you want to share, I want you to link today in the channel, okay? Anybody who raids, we need their information transferred through to Geek so we can get the proper shout outs, okay? Going, we're getting that. And reason is that so we have, this is the only piece that I consider any type of contender of the pieces that I have to go on display. And I have two. I realized that I also want you guys to know I'm going to have to share from my phone. Let me put a link. If you could gather the link, Geek, and put it somewhere. And anybody, look at that crap. Just fucking gloves, man. Fucking shit. Sorry, guys. Potty mouth today. Pain makes me potty mouth. Well, we're not exactly doing that. We're doing white fabric, Karu, and I'm going to truly stay on track today, which is going to be very actually unusual for people. So really on track to my project. So what I was saying, I'm going to get this link. I'm going to share it out there. Is anybody going to Dragonfall? Right? Dragonfall. Do I have that right? Yeah. Yeah, albino skin though, fur tones, you know, that's fur tones. Tones you can look up easily on Google, Karu. It's texture that's going to be your bugger right there. I'm just letting you know straight up. The tones, you could find that. It's the texture that's the pain in the ass with fur. Well, hey, Panache. At work, did you just pop in or did I totally miss you? I am so sorry if I missed you. Yeah, I'm And you're at work, so you have your stream muted. Okay, well, that's cool. That's cool. You know, we appreciate that lurk. Hello, Dextrose. How are you? I'm pretty good. I'm having a glove wrestling match right now. It's kicking my and the gloves are winning. I'm just saying the gloves are winning. My hands are so beat up. I've been putting lotion inside the gloves so that this is the one time where I will, like, I wouldn't wear these to bed. Oh man, or the socks. Oh no, I tried that once. I had to even duct tape them to my arm and everything. And no, I'm terrible like that. They tried to give me one of those put it in your mouth deals to straighten your teeth, right? While you're sleeping and not clench your jaw and whatnot. No, ain't happening. Ain't happening. But I'm in a lot of pain today, Dextrose. I really wanted to come here to be with you guys a little bit before I took off for ReaperCon and work on my my bust that I'm going to enter in their contest. Also, I'm taking it with me to enter it in the contest at Dragonfall. So if anybody's going to Dragonfall... Yes, oh, Froggenstein, right, you did? Okay, all right. So I'm going to get some of the... When I was a kid, you know that Cornhuskers you were talking about? So when I was a kid, we lived in Kansas. And the gentleman that owned the property that we rented, well, actually, it was part of his family we rented it from. Anyway, he planted corn and alfalfa, alternating. And so the weirdest thing that it relates to, so the corn, something about handling corn does this terrible thing to your hands. And he actually turned the family onto it. My mom was all about the bag bomb. Damn that shit. Damn. Woo. No, I don't like it. I mean, I'll use it because it keeps the flies away and everything on, you know, like the goats and stuff. But I don't really have a problem with flies. I'm just saying. Aww. Oh, no. Okay. Well, so I have, I will be this year. This year we are going to ReaperCon and Dragonfall, and that will probably be it because, you know, Dragonfall is like September, which is right before the holidays. I throw up. Zelius, codeine makes me just vomit. Like, yeah, no. The doctor has a prescribed, but I take it in very. I just don't like anything in my body. I mean, painkiller wise. Medication. My body's just picky. It's like it's like, fuck that shit. So I have to be careful. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? Goo. Hey, how you doing? Aspire. Hi. Buddy Minis, welcome. Yes, exactly. You got that joke. Look at you. You're fast. Yeah, I can't. Nah. So I just got to do what I can do. I did take a little something before we started that took some acetaminophen, and the caffeine will help. Maybe we can get Geek to make a cup of coffee. That'll help.
Geek wants coffee.
Yeah, Geek wants coffee too.
Geek's gonna talk about himself in the third person.
Geek's gonna talk about himself in the third person. You know, buddy, it is it's ongoing. It is what it is. Don't you worry yourself. What I'm hoping, everybody put out some good vibes so this happens when my spine is being weird. We get these muscle spasm things, okay? And they're really weird. Like, I can't walk right. I can't sit right sometimes. Sleeping is like pretty much out the window. Then it all compounds, right? So put out some really good vibes that the muscle spasms lift. So I can go have a good time at ReaperCon, because honestly, I can deal with the spine. I've got a back brace, and then the medication that the doctor gives me is very light and it works. And then you just keep on your regimen, and I'm learning to deal with it. Got all the nerves burned much better. But when these muscles do this thing, oh, you guys, I hate anything they give you for muscles. No. You ever looked yourself in the mirror? Have you ever been given a muscle relaxer and looked at your face in the mirror? You seriously, it looks like wax melting off a skeleton. It's scary. It's scary. Like, woo, you know, allergic, buddy. I tried that route. Cleared everything from the palate, my friend. Everything. I did a cleanse, got all the everything, and started on the medical marijuana road. Messed up my life for a year of my life, buddy. Like, I am not kidding you. It actually hospitalized me, and eventually I had to do a whole recuperation project from that because of how bad it kicked my ass. Come to find out, there's a technical name for it. I don't remember, but basically it just means you're allergic to marijuana. Nothing too fancy. But I am very allergic in many, many ways. Yeah, oh, it was horrible. Horrible, buddy. And here's the sad part. The allergy has very similar symptoms to a person adjusting to being on a medical marijuana program. So we didn't really know until, 8 months in. And then I ended up in the hospital for that. And then we ended up, took 6 months to even get it all straightened back out. But I mean, I've tried things before. This has been a long, it's so much better than it used to be though. Way better. I'll tell you what, I recommend that nerve burning. Anybody interested in lifting some spinal pain? Tell them. Whatever that's called, do that. That's the thing. That's the thing that's really helped. And I left my colors out this time. Oh, thank you so much, Gore, for all the good vibes. You guys, thank you, Aspire, for the good vibes. Yeah, that's what I need. I need those good vibes. Just to spine pain, whatever. We can cope, okay? The neck, all of that. Geek and I, we're used to that. We're a team. This muscle spasm thing, it's got a mind of its own. So that's what I want you guys to put the vibes out on. Let's get rid of that bitch. Send her packing. Him, they, we, whoever they are. Those guys. Thank you very, very much, Panache. So we are going to focus a little. What I've got to do is so remember I ruined the blouse, right? That was my bad, you guys. Okay, this is about, when you come back down, Geek, could you bring some cellophane from the pantry?
Cellophane.
Yeah, so
Coffee and cellophane.
wrap your mini in cellophane. I had the blouse perfect. I have photographs. Okay, blouse perfect. And I got I'm so lucky I didn't mess that shit up. Oh my God, that would have been horrible. So I ended up, had some paint on the gloves, right? And what the paint on the miniature does is it picks up the color, little particles of the color off the glove. And it got all over her boobies, and it looked like a child with muddy hands had been handling her titties. And I was, because I was holding and I was turning it, and I was painting the mask and the face. Oh, but look at that skin on the face, you guys. Is this your chair? You can, yeah, that's your chair. Go ahead, is it open? If it's open, you can have it. Let's take a look at this skin. Yeah, and the boobies, right? The boobies. So let's take a look at that skin, right? Okay, I got the skin down. I got it figured out. You guys. That's taken a minute with me. Look at the beautiful. I'm so proud of myself. I am. Are you proud of me? Look at that skin. So smooth. And look, it's got all the colors, right? See how her face is a little bit, because it's surrounded by the purple, right? And the breasts got a little purple up there by the purple, but getting all nice and that light fleshy tone right down towards the bottom where it hits the white, right? Nailed that.
Off to make coffee. And for curacao.
Okay. Wait. No, no scale. It made it, the colors, it would have been fine. Muddy boobs would have been fine because there's going to be blood, right? But where the problem came in is that it wasn't even. It just kind of got all over the place, and so it really looked like I just didn't know how to paint the cloth. Hail the chaos gods, right? Archimus, what are you doing in here? We are not worshiping Slaanesh. We are worshiping rabbit boobs. This model, love, 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 love. And because I do subscribe to this particular artist, sorry guys about the earthquake, I have all of her stuff. You guys have seen like the wagon. Geek printed me the wagon. Oh, all this good stuff. She's such much good stuff. Rubber with chocolate. Rubber with chocolate. No. Rubbers and chocolate, I don't know. I don't know. You guys are going to get me sidetracked, and we're not going to get the painting done. Okay, so we're putting the colors out. If you want to follow along and do some white, we're going to do some, first you need your white. All right, my white, and the best white. You are currently working on 5 pairs of arms. Well, you can put your work in the channel, and I will take a click and a look. So plain white, my favorite white is Chimera. It's like matte and super, like it has epic coverage, okay? So the first one, and my camera's wrong again, look at that. So did I get shorter? Hold on. Let's, no, we're gonna adjust the camera for me. Okay, let's see that. Okay, there we go. When you look down at me like that, it kind of makes me look a little bit chunkier, but it's okay. I feel chunky today. This will be my chunky day. I can be chunky today, okay? Chunky PJ Sunday in jeans. I had to put my jeans on. I was feeling insecure. Pain makes me feel very insecure, so I have to wear jeans and tennis shoes and all those things to get my mind right. Okay, so we're gonna get a little bit. Let's get our palette there. You know who adjusts that? So when I'm not looking, did you see where that was adjusted? He adjusts that camera, I'm sure of it, when we're not looking. Okay, let's get us backed up. There we go. Now you guys can see the whole palette. You got it? So we're starting over here in this corner. Let me make that focus for you. Here we go. Okay. These guys were probably playing in the paint. I can't. When I'm feeling insecure, buddy, I got to go with jeans. But they're my really super scrubby, like these have paint all over them. They got holes all in them. If I'm not careful, when I lean over in front of you guys, you'll be able to see my panties in the back. Just look for that. What am I wearing today? Hold on. Hang on. I'm wearing lime green lace. Lime green lace. Probably part of Dark Creations collection. You feel underdressed? I'm telling you, when I'm insecure, I got to put extra. In fact, the only reason I'm not wearing a belt is because the belt hurts the hips when I sit down. That's okay. It's supposed to be PJ Sunday. So for everybody who came dressed casual, leggings, t-shirts, pajama pants, joggers, you're supposed to. Naked, whatever. Yeah, okay. So before I start streaming, everybody remembers that the I got the little air conditioning issue. So before I start streaming, I turn the air conditioner up while I'm getting ready. That way it's nice and cool down here. Oh, you know what? Geek loves these jeans just for that reason. Seriously, Danny, he does. Because he's a perv. He is. He doesn't even care when the position. See, he doesn't even care when the position is unattractive. To him, like, so I'm dying of pain. I'm on the floor. He had, worked on the muscles and everything to try to get him to release. I'm ice packing. So when I ice pack, you have to make the muscles release. And the only way you can get them to release, they got to be worked on. You, what it's called, trigger point, right? It's really painful. Oh my God. So then you take a bolster. It's about this big around, right? And I put my butt up. See what? That's where we stopped this conversation. Geek, all he heard in this conversation that we're having right now is butt up. Yeah, you're going to fall asleep? You going to fall asleep, buddy? Okay. Sure, Panache. Sure. If you're comfortable, man, that's what matters. So you got to put the bolster. You go face down. See, face. That's all he hears. And then you put the bolster under the butt. And you're laying there and what it does is it makes the hip flexors let go, right? And we're trying to get the hip flexors to let go because they're causing all this problem. So I get the bolster, and then he's got to go get the ice pack and everything, right? And he walks through the room, and I'm laying there in pain with my butt up over the bolster, which is not like my butt way up in the air or anything. It's just significantly raised, right? And you hear him make the naughty laugh. And I said, are you being serious right now? I'm in pain. And he goes, it does not change the fact of what it looks like. Oh, at work. Well, you know, sometimes I guess for work that would be casual for work, right? Panache. So you're doing it right. You're doing it right. Let's see, violet. We're gonna need some. We're gonna do hair and blouse before the cloak, because when we get in here with the hair, I'm gonna end up getting it on the cloak. So I'm choosing that as the last piece. So we might need a little magenta for glazing, maybe. Let's check that out. Okay, we definitely need this black. And where the hell is my magenta? What the fuck? Okay, wait, is that it? Yeah. I know. I was like, seriously, geek, seriously. And he goes, hey, it doesn't change that it looks good. And I'm like, it's not attractive, you guys. It's really weird. You know, because your face is planted down and your butt's over this bolster and yeah. Anyway, he walks through the room and he makes the naughty laugh, and I'm like, oh my god. But he is the one that made the hip flexors let go and did all that work on me. So you know, I can't deny him his. It's a simple pleasure, I guess. You know. I mean. That's geek, Fwog. That's 100% geek right there. That's what he'd do too. Yeah, he doesn't care. In fact, he was just talking about how everybody else is offended by the being naked part, but he thinks that the being naked part should be, you know, that's comfortable to him. I'm putting the colors out right now. So if anybody's going along now, what we're doing, all right, first of all, we're getting the black and the white out, okay? I've got two types of blacks. High coverage, heavy pigmented black, glazing black. Okay, two types. I've got two types of white. Heavy coverage, high pigmented white, glazing white. Okay. Then I've got a little glazing liquid there. That's medium. That is this one. You want to know a good one to buy? They're priced right. And it works pretty much all the paints it works with. Now I'm going to show you, we're going to be working on the white, so we don't need this. But when we go to work on the hair, this plain old saran wrap, you guys, cover your mini, give it a little blanket, protect it from your hands and your gloves and everything if you have to move up. It can be a little awkward. Okay, we're going to put a little magenta out. Super heavy. The magenta. We could probably use it. Actually, we could probably use a glazing magenta and get away with it. I just want to stick with this color. So in this instance, her lips are this color, right? And so is her PVC plat. PVC. No, wait. Latex strappy. Okay. So I'm gonna put a tiny bit of that out because we're gonna need a little tiny bit of that in the white. Okay. Because colors around, right? So white is going to have a casting of the colors around it because it's white. It's going to happen. So we want to put a little bit of that out. And I do mean a little, just a little. Can you even see that? There we go. Little dab. Little dab will do ya. There you go. Right over there. And we're also going to put out a tiny little dab of the violet because the cloak, right? So this white is going to have that color. Now the color I used for this shadowing and to back step the white is Milk Bottle Cream, which is an off-white. And there's actually in the shadow, I think if you look closely, you will see that's actually a green. It's a gray, but it's a green gray. Now, if you need me to repeat any of those, just let me know. There's our little bit of violet. And then the green gray I was using, I put away, which was a bad idea. I think I was counting my cuttlefish paint. And that would be that color I'm telling everybody they need on their desk. I'm going to put you guys together a list. All right. We'll call it something creative. Maybe you guys can come up with it. All right. Fog, did my follows go through? I'm sorry, Geek. Can you also take this for me? This, I have a lid for this. I'm saving them. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Thank you for the dragon.
Sure.
Mm. Oh yes, that's actually so much better even than it for me than an energy drink. I love the coffee. All right, let's see. So we're gonna save that cellophane. I gotta find that green. It's actually called Elven Gray. All right. Elven Gray. Anybody who's out there that paints orcs, you need Elven Gray in your life. So, especially on the subject of painting that light skin Karoo, this would probably be like a really good choice of getting it in there. The brush shape. Brush shape? Wait. What do we speak of? Oh, sorry, let me get that nice and... So, oh, yes. So, I do, you know, we were trying to get ours developed with some of those handles. I actually kind of like those as well. This is true. Oh, have you seen the, hold on, let me show you something. Is it here? Hold on. I was just, let me grab one to show you because it's very inexpensive. Hold on. Just open the lights on and need that.
What?
Open lights on. You don't need that though, really.
Yeah.
Okay, let me show you something. All right, so you can get these from Game Envy. They're really inexpensive. Even the shipping is inexpensive. Scale. And what I'm gonna do, let me show you what I'm gonna do. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take 3 because I use about like 15 brushes at one time. I'm terrible. Okay. What I do want to tell you about because you guys expect this of me. You expect, okay. So I wore the cuttlefish brushes for me. See? Okay. Mine did not keep a tip very long. Absolutely great for blocking. So I use it for blocking and everything. But as far as keeping a tip so I could get my fine details and everything, mine wore out really quickly. Okay. So I'm just letting you know because that is what you expect from me. Now this, not the brush, the tip. Okay. And one of the things about me, everybody will verify, I take good care of my baby brushes. In fact, I am developing a brush cleaner right now. Now, if you go shopping, Scale, please let Cephalopod know that I sent you. Okay, tell him the captain sent you. And if you're not gonna get the full Monty, let's talk. I can help you with picking some really super prime colors out of there that you probably don't have anywhere else on your desk or in your collection. Now, this is called the Brush Beam. You can get this from Game Envy, which I just totally tore up all their information. Can I get a shout out for Game Envy, please? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue 3 of these onto a bar, right, that I can keep on my desk. There you go. You do get a discount, a very respectable discount if you use a Captain Mad Love code when you go there, okay? And I'm going to glue mine side by side by side, right? And then put a bar over here on the side of my desk, or probably at the front of my desk, because that's where I keep my brushes. And what it does is it keeps your brushes from rolling all over your desk. Everybody here will attest to the fact that you always see mine in a big glob over here by my pad, my moisture pad. You'll see this big glob of like 20 brushes. So I'm going to put mine up here on a bar, and then I'm going to set them, and then that way no matter which brush I'm using, it won't roll away from me. Yes, the Full Monty is worth it. There's a lot of colors you probably don't have in your collection. I can actually probably put some 2-sided tape on this and stick it there for now. But this is a very cool little guy. You know, gluing them on a bar or like a paint stick or something, Scale. Yeah, and then that way you can just set that at the, you know, up here at the top of your area, and you have all of them, because they are little and they do get lost. As you can see, I couldn't find mine, so I had to go get a brand spanking new one. All right, but they really do come in just super handy. Okay, like amazing. Now the other thing is, if so I have these baskets, all right, and they're flatter, and I'm gonna build a plate to put in the basket and then glue these. I could probably glue these just to the bottom of the basket, but the reason I'm going to do it that way is because I want to put like a towel in the bottom. Then I can put my brush in here, and one end will go here, right? And then the other end will be in the other one. And then after I clean them all, they'll all be raised, so it'll get air all around them, and they won't be, you know, leaning where it's running into the ferrule. So I intend to do that, and I think that that'll work out really good. Oh yeah, that one, right? Was it Fwog? Was it Fwog? Whose studio is their son's room? Used to be their son's room. I wonder if that's Fwog. Fwog? Because it's been a minute. Yes, I like their hobby holder. I have to find all the pieces for mine. My favorite is definitely my Grim Grip. But then, of course, you know, I do have to get the right... Good afternoon, Hatter. Wait. We have Hatter, and let's see. If Ishin shows up and Boragami... Borgami? Not Bora... Brogami. Sorry, guys. Okay, we're going to put that green out there because that's how we developed that. Then the other color we must not forget. And if you are shopping out there, Scale, okay... You must get yourself a bottle of this. This company. Payne's Gray. Gotta have it. Got to have it. It must be in everybody's studio. It is highly, highly important. All right. We're almost there with the setup. Do you have the Payne's Gray? So, Scale, the Payne's Gray is your friend. Like it is, the Payne's Gray can turn almost any color into a shadow without trying too hard. It's amazing. Yep. Dollar Brownie. The other one that's really good is this brand, by the way, Scale. This brand has a color called Solar Scarlet, and we were talking about that last time. Solar Scarlet. These are made in England. Very highly pigmented. Oh my God. Like, look out, look out. But Solar Scarlet is specifically vermilion. Which, I have a question. Does somebody want to go look online and tell me, where does the hue, the pigment, vermilion come from? I'm being serious. It is one of my very favorite colors. So yeah, this is the best. This is the best. There's a lot of colors of Payne's Gray. Another one that's pretty good is this one. the golden. This is acrylic, okay? This has a lot more blue, but if you want it to be a little more towards the blue, so the golden one is very solid. The best ever made on planet Earth is Payne's Gray by starts with a D. Yes, a D. Hold on. Daniel Smith? I think Daniel Smith. Okay, what does it say? What does it say? It's made from the powdered mineral cinnabar. Excellent. Oh, yeah, put them in the love gallery and the link here. Let's see. Old Vermilion. Oh, that was the dangerous one. Right. Gore, that was the dangerous one. Okay, so if you're going out there and you're like looking for certain colors, if you know what it's made from, you can actually research the company to see if they use that in their recipe. But it's synthetic now. Wait, cinnabar is cinnabar synthetic? No, because synthetic vermilion doesn't look the same. I would swear to you, you guys go look and see. Zelius, take a look and see if this company, let's see, it's called West Design. Let me see, let me make sure I got that right. Yeah, West Design, they're from England. Speed Dry Magic Color, and see if it's not actually made with the pigment. Well, hello there, Space Cow. How you doing? How you doing? Hi, Midnight Terror. Oh my goodness, honey, did you get moved? I'm gonna have to get my hands on some of that cinnabar, I think. So I was actually gonna make, yeah, I probably better not mix that now. I'll get all sciencey, and then we'll be off on science. You did. How is it going? How are things, my dear? This one does not, I mean, the golden does not like the, actually, I should say the cuttlefish does not like the golden. They don't get along. So just to let you, that I'm talking about the paint retarder. So just to let you know, oh, that's a note I have to make for myself. See, I'm telling you, it's the pain that makes my brain all over the place like that. Okay, let's see. So, you already sent me an email, Hatter. Hatter, would you do me the most amazing secretarial move? Could you do me a real solid, I need your help with something, I really do. So, I need you to email me, hun, and send me a reminder. I need to contact Badger before the event, before I leave for the event, and order a case of Miniature, doesn't even mean the brand, paint, this is the drying retarder. Just the drying retarder from them. It takes a minute for it to get here, and I need to do that before I go, because that way there'll be a waste under me. Midnight, that is so good to hear. Discord's being a butt. You know, Discord has its moments, let me tell you what. It really does. But then again, so does the OBS. There's times when people can't, it won't let them put a link in the chat. What?
A link in the chat for what?
Sometimes OBS won't let people put a link in the chat. It just acts out, and it does that. Right now, Discord's not letting somebody do it. All right, now, let's see. We've been using some of our, we've been using some of our smaller brushes on this project. I actually broke out a brand spankety new one to make sure I get my teeny tiny lines the way they're supposed to be. There's one a couple of them I've been playing with here. I liked, these actually were the same. These are the Urtrex, and I've got a, I don't even know how I got a bent tip on that one because I'm so good to my brushes. I'm like, are you serious right now? That was upsetting. And then earlier I was playing with the, what was that? Not the Winsor Newton. It was a brush by a different company that I was playing with. And I wanted to use that today so I could get some really, really good little lines. And who is it by? Is this the one? No, this is the liner by the Zand. Let's see. Here it is. I recognize the little Signia. Oh no, that's my eyeball brush. Not the eyeball brush. Can't use the eyeball brush. God, I had this brush set aside for you guys. Oh, there, wait, it was because really it's not terribly expensive. This is not a terribly expensive brush. I'm not really dissatisfied, but I wanted to see about wearing it out, like, you know, where it would go. It's a Da Vinci. It's a Suri Sable. Yeah, so everybody can share in chat. Well, you know, I think that that's part of the adventure. Part of the adventure is the learning. I'm so glad your life is getting better. So you're sleeping, right? Midnight. Yeah, these so really tiny, like oh, right? Really, really tiny. Let's take a look. If you guys are in focus perfectly for that white, I think you are. Okay, so I've got some real small guys. And because of my problem with the thinner, I'm gonna do, I have to do a little mixy mix. Let's not, and I already know that you want the recipe, but we can't have the recipe yet. Because I have to get it down to more than, you guys eyeballing it is just not gonna work, okay? It just doesn't. I mean, it does for me, but that's because I've done it so many times. Where is my, there you are. Ah, thank you so much, Hatter. I truly appreciate that. No, I have to sniff it.
And Action Hold Art is waiting.
And hello, Raiders. We have no sound over here.
So tired.
I don't know if there's any way to fix it. We got some clarity. Oh, Action Hold. Hey, you can hear me now. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much, Bosch. I appreciate it. I am mixing up a little mixture here. We're gonna run a test on it, just to make sure that I got the balance that I need. Thank you so much for that, Danny. I don't know if, I do not believe that our last few raids are in the system. I know that you raided Action Hold and probably left your info. If you did not, please put your info in the chat. Let Geek gather it. We're going to run a test on a little bit of a solution to thin with here. I appreciate the follow. Let's get a color that we can relate to on something. I don't have any red out. Let's see. I don't have any blue out. I don't have any green out. shocked. Oh my god, I don't have any of the, okay, we're just gonna use a random, this. Base. That's the word I'm looking for. Oh, are you raiding and running? Okay, you're raiding and running. I remember that from last time.
Welcome aboard the Black Pearl.
I am gonna confirm that, first of all, that it likes the colors by, which it does, absolutely. And then we're just gonna test for, you know, that it's not overboard on the retarder. Oh, thank you so much for the raid, Ashen. I really appreciate it. I remember last time that you were raiding and running, so we're about ready to do some white. We're also gonna do some brassy blonde hair, so not, you know, like hair that you mess up when you dye it kind of a thing. They do have fun names. They do. So none of them are named much after their color. Absolutely, Midnight. Absolutely. All right, let me see. A little bit long on that. A little bit long on that. So, in order to counteract that, I'm going to do a little more distilled water. Where's? Oh, there it is. I put it in a new bottle. Hello, Shape Master. How are you doing? This'll speed it up a little. Oh, okay, website, and they are a company that stocks the brand Magic Colors. Okay, I will. I will. Thank you very much, Celius. Pretty well. I left you a drove of information in before I started today, Shape Master, in the Discord. All right, so that's good mixed. It also does not have any opacity to it. Those are bubbles, not opacity. I don't want any opacity to it, right? I want it to be perfectly clear. So you'll notice it's clearing up at the bottom. That's really important. And I don't want it to have any type of a gooey consistency. Yeah, but that's just a little too slow. So we're going to try it again. I think I got a little bit excited with the glycerin. There we go. That looks a little bit better. All right. I'm pretty sure we're on with that. Now, mind you, that's specifically the cuttlefish. If I test it with the Chimera, because the Chimera is like so, the paint is like pretty much pure. I'm sure that the Chimera will, one of the learning curves about Chimera actually is thinning your paint. Like, you know, they tell you thin your paint, but with the Chimera, like that, you absolutely, and it's so pigmented that when you start mixing, and you got to mix with it, it just gets in, like, dominant. If you try to mix, like, it with another brand of paint, it's definitely not equal. It's like probably 1/10 of Chimera to another paint. Okay, so now what I did with this was, the first thing is that I built the shadow on the bottom. And then when I started building the white on the top, I brought the little striations, these little tiny. That's right, Dark Side. Hello, Dark Side. How you doing? Yeah, it's a little slower. I might have a little more blending time. I think I'm gonna have to like that would be my glycerin ratio though. So I got a little bit excited. Loving that project that you're working on, the ash project. So good. And anybody that wants to share, please go in the chat and share. Today is the share day in the chat. Hello, Dragonheart. How are you doing? How are you doing? So these colors. Oh, I didn't even get the milk bottle out. Right. So you gotta have your off-white. You gotta mix it. Now remember, off-white warm is gonna be with like a burnt umber. Okay. Off-white cold. Well, now black. But if your black is warm, you're going to make a warm off-white. So you need a cold black to make a cold white. You also need a cold pure white to start with. If you want to mix it, in reference to having it pre-mixed, you would choose an off-white that is a little warm. And honestly, the way you can tell, like if you don't know, I don't know if you know this trick or not, but if you take a like a golden yellow and you were to put, oh wow, my camera really put that color way off, didn't it? Oh man. Shit. Yeah. Okay, it would be not for the demonstration that I'm going to give you, but when you put your white next to it, if they look at home with one another, then you probably have a warm off-white. If you put them side by side and the white looks kind of blue or gray, yeah, that's a little better. Still not the color. This color is almost orange, but it's way better than it was. There you go. Actually, no, we're just letting him know that the captain is sending people. I hope to someday. We're working on that. I'm supposed to send, well, actually, Geek is supposed to send a proposal, and then we will see where that relationship goes. You're going in the attic. Okay, Danny. Yes, that would be, wait, who is that that's out there playing with paints and ordering more paints? Karu is, Scale. I'm sorry, Scale, did I miss your question? I'm so sorry, that just went right on by. Right on by. I apologize. So yeah, no, just let him know that, Scale, that Captain Mad Love sent you, because we are working on a relationship, and I'm considering, okay, excellent. I am considering ordering some of their paint to do giveaways of the bottles. I think if we did that, then people would get it on their desk and start using it and realize, wow, I need some of this, you know? Oh, is that the latest and the greatest, Zelius? Oh yeah, I saw this. I did. I don't think I made any comment on it because you know the rabbit hole and I got to stay focused, but I did. It popped up in my thread and I was like, yeah, I get it. Get it? Oh yeah. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. Okay, so I'm going to start with my one on this. And what we're going to do, now I got to do, this is a corrective process. Oh no, cellophane, Zelius, cellophane, saran wrap, the saran wrap. All right, so I've kind of got some shadows in place, as you notice, and I managed to steer clear of this arm for the most part. So one of the things that we will do first, let me check my drying factor. So it is definitely a little slower, but I sped it up a little bit. I have to be careful because that cuttlefish really just does not like the one by Badger. So, and one of the things that I will need to do is just get a very, very small amount of this purple, the violet. And mind you, it really does have to be super light. Like you can see over here, you can barely see it on the palette. And the reason is because of the fact that we're going over white. But I do need to get a little bit of that built up in the shadows because the purple all around. So I'm going to come in here and put a little bit of this very thin glaze of the purple in these shadows to get that color in there. That's one of the things that actually really makes the white come alive, is getting the colors that it lives around included. See, that's how I ended up damaging her in the first place, was turning her right side up and upside down. And when I did it, I handled her with my hand. So by doing this little bit of addition of the purple, you're really going to bring the white to life. And we got to get this in all just the right places. And it will make a lot of sense. It won't make a lot of sense like when you're doing it. It seems like, oh, it's just so small amount. But believe me, it really does make sense to the human eye.
Welcome aboard the
What are you guys up to, Dragonheart? Anything exciting? Pardon?
Galaxy Puppy just followed.
Oh, Galaxy Puppy, thank you so much for that follow. Anybody who's out there that might have come in with a raid that is not subscribed to my YouTube, I am working on a YouTube following goal. If you guys could go subscribe, I need 1,000 subscribers to create what's called a community page. I desperately want a community page. It will be so helpful. If you guys could do that, that would be excellent. Is there anything going on in chat there, Geek, you might want to read to
Keep
me?
an eye on it.
Is it?
Dragonheart wants to know why you're not using the magnet one.
She's a little bit big and she has a large hole in her base, so she relates to it a little bit differently. I am actually going to be mounting her on this. So I didn't want to do anything of this. I didn't want to do anything to disturb the opening. She, unlike some of the other miniatures that I have, they have flat, and I don't want to attach her to anything. Hello, Jinx. How are you doing? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm kind of having a moment over here myself, Dragonheart, with the stuff. So yeah, I'm not using my Grim Grip today because she has a hole in the bottom, and I just did not feel like doing anything with this miniature. Because of her size, I also am having a very serious moment in life right now, Dragonheart, with my hips. It's a muscular thing that is exacerbated. We piss the spine off, and when that happens, sometimes it will go into the hip flexors, and so I'm having a really bad time with it right now. So I absolutely have to have my ball. I also should have these all the way up and turned in. And this size of miniature combined with my Grim Grip does not work to provide the support that I need today. I actually need to make a base that has the proper magnet on the bottom, and I need to get another ball for the larger miniatures like this, to where I can use my ball with a larger miniature. So I will be having 2 sizes of these in my studio in the future. There's a hole in her bottom. Oh, can you link that in the chat, Jinxed? I wanted Geek to take a look at that. Thank you. Please, please. Yes, no, I need a smaller ball. This ball, it works very well for this, but we need a smaller ball, Dragonheart, for larger miniatures require a smaller ball. So that they're lower. Geek Jinx is going to put something in the chat that I need you to check into, please.
Okay.
So I'm taking and glazing this purple into all the places that it needs to be, such as just a little bit in this shadow as well, right? Because of, it's, you know, the light is going to dance off the purple and onto the blouse. And I got to get that just sort of very, very gently worked in there. There will be a very small amount of the magenta, and man, that magenta is killer, so look out. It's like a super dominant color, and we want to get some of that worked in here. Right by the magenta strap. And that's pretty much the only area we're going to need that. If you guys have any questions as I'm going along, Geek is watching the chat, so please feel free to ask. All right, so now we're going to go in for the white, and we're going to, the first color that we're going to use, we've got the shadows pretty well developed. So I may need to come in with a little bit more green, but for right now, what we're going to do is we're just going to, well, we're going to put the milk bottle white. That's the cuttlefish. And we're going to glaze with that. And then, so as you'll notice, it's very white. I did that to cover up. It was not white like that. I did that to cover up the areas that I handled it too much. Hello, Iffy. Yes, it looks like it's gonna, I was really excited about that actually coming out. So now as we come in here and we do this, we're gonna use a smaller brush. This one has a little bit more belly to it. So one of the things that we want to try to avoid is getting too much moisture on our miniature when we're making these very, very tiny strokes. We've got to have just the right amount. Now a small brush that has an adequate belly on it is going to be your friend. Hey Megan, how you doing? I'm sorry. I'm working on a piece that I'm going to enter in something, and I'm into it because I'm trying to get it done because the ReaperCon is just around the corner. So that, I apologize. Oh, it's probably the only piece I have that would even be worth it. And if nothing else, you know, the cool part about it is that apparently it's a different way of judging. So they give you feedback, and I'm very interested in that. So we're gonna you gonna head off to bed. Good night, Zalius. Good night. Are you taking a look at that?
Yeah, it's broken toad.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff. There's some minis, there's some paintbrushes. It's the website.
Oh, no. Oh, it's the website. I'm sorry. Can you link him directly to the page that you're looking at there, Jinxed? Right to that project, that exact project. Can you link that? I'd appreciate it.
Welcome aboard the Black Pearl.
Okay, so now going back to this milk bottle, I'm gonna glaze, this is an off-white, and I'm gonna glaze this in here over the pure white to come back to that off-white color so that our highlights only will be the pure white. And I'm gonna glaze down into the shadows, and then in a minute, we're gonna come back up out of the shadows with some shadows. So in order to get the line in between softened, I kind of go down over the shadow, and that creates a softer shadow. And you will see it right now start to build. You can see right here where I really messed up. Now, I'm going to probably need a real high coverage paint right along there. I don't know. It might work out. As I come around here, you'll see how the shadow starts to get darker. So really what I do is I'm going to feather a little bit. I'm going to thin it. And then right there, that line, I'll just glaze down into the shadow a little bit. And what it starts to do is soften that line. Do you see how that's working? How it kind of starts to soften the line? Yes. That's exactly what it is. Hey, Cutthroat, that's exactly what it is. It's exactly the theme I'm going for. I'm glad you recognize it. How are you, my friend? Hey, Chuck, I guess I missed you going by as well. Yeah, I actually called her my BioShock bunny. I am going to be doing her with a BioShock theme. When we're all done doing all this technical painting, we're actually going to end up messing this all up. But you know what? If you don't have it perfect underneath the blood, then anywhere that you, or the way you want it, I should say, not necessarily perfect. But if we were to not address the balance of the color and then add the blood, it may end up, because the blood is more of an organic effect, right? So what may end up happening is that we'll put the blood on, and then there'll be an area, we'll get it just perfect, and then there'll be a little tiny area between two blood splats that's not right. So I just painted on the way I want it to look. No blood or mud or grease or whatever we're adding. I paint it the way I want to see it, and then I place my blood, grease, mud, whichever it is. Hello, Bosch. Thank you so much. You're dead. Meaning tired? Meaning tired? I really appreciate that, Bosch. This is one of the pieces that I really enjoy, and I appreciate that you think that, because that's one of the reasons that I came here, was to, you know, help people in their journey. In this case, we're kind of working on my journey today because there's a deadline. So that I am glazing this off-white back in here over the green to get a little of that plain white washed out. We're gonna have to come back with that shadow on the shoulder. That's got that wee bit of purple glaze, right? Make sure you guys are in focus. Yep, you are. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Danny. I appreciate it. On Sundays, I'm not as romping there in the chat, Cutthroat. You'll have to forgive that you didn't get shouted out when you first come in. Sometimes on Sundays we have our mods lurking and working. Sometimes we don't.
Welcome back, Dragonheart.
Speaking of mods. All right.
Danny. Yeah, he said no.
Good night, Danny.
Welcome
So now I'm going to take the plain white. And in the plain white, I will add that I also think that I'm going to need a wee bit of the The color that I mixed was this green to create the upper portion of this shadow. I would say what you would call the lighter shadow portion was this green mixed with a tiny bit of black. That would be that cuttlefish, Elven Gray, actually. Okay, it is a green, just to let you know. But it is the name is Elven Gray, but it is a green that you would see if you had it on your desk. You would agree. Who needs to wash their hands?
Danny.
Danny, apparently you need to wash your hands. I don't know how Dragonheart knows that, but being that he's a dad of a number of boys, I'm just going to trust his judgment on that. I think it's a little bit darker as it comes around. Whoop, that's a little too dark. Comes around the corner here. Again, we're going back to that secondary shadow so that we can glaze that in a little bit, okay? What that does is it just kind of fine tunes this area, right? We're going to go back for a tiny bit of the purple. That's the violet. I'm going to glaze that up in there because of the cloak. Again, right up here. And then I'm going to clean that brush. I'm actually going to clean it. Thank you for the follow, Grump, and I apologize for the camera, guys. Grumpy Wren, thank you so much for the follow. The sounds aren't working, so I apologize, you guys, for not keeping up with the follows. Let me see, did I get them all?
Yeah.
Ah, Mason, thank you so much for the follow. You see Mason? Bosh, Mason, Galaxy Puppy got you. Okay, it looks like I got everybody. Okay, we're back to the milk bottle. Okay, and then we're just going to leave that there to dry. We're going to take a little bit of that milk bottle and we're going to get a little bit right here. A little bit of this highlight here. This might be a secondary highlight, just a little bitty teeny tiny one right here in this area. Glazing a little bit into the green and a little bit even over the violet or the magenta in this case, because that kind of softens that a little. You see what happened there? So you get like, I fear that my lights actually kind of bleach that. There you go. Now you can kind of see it. My lights kind of bleach it out. You see that little bit of magenta and a little bit of purple as you move towards like the back. You get a little purple feeling there. And then we'll come back to the blouse again. Now we're building this in layers to give it that feeling of texture. I want to get the texture in there. And so all these teeny tiny little lines actually create a glazing effect. So as we do this, we're kind of dragging down over the other color. And what that ends up doing is creating that glazing effect. So I am glazing with feathering, so to speak. right along the top, we want to get that a really good pigmented area because that's like the very edge of her blouse. And of course, right here on this side, we do want to check the ridge of the blouse right along the breast line. Make sure we've got a nice clean line there because the light's going to be hitting that. All right, now we're going to get that green and we will mix it super thin and right along these little lines. See how they're right? We're going to smooth that out. Lunar, thank you so much for the follow. I do see all the little guys popping up out of the corner of my eye. I just do not hear it. Thank you for that follow. These are some new names. If you are not a subscriber on my YouTube, please go subscribe to my YouTube. We are working on the community page and they require 1,000 subscribers to be eligible for the community page. I would love your help with that. Now you'll notice that the shadow starts to creep up, but just wait for it, okay? Because we will come back again. This is where we use this color to kind of get the along the line to get the two colors to come together smoother. The object is to get them smoother. And it takes a few layers. And this is that Elven gray that I'm using, right? I decided to go with green as like a green white instead of gray to be complementary to the purple that we're working with. Now you'll notice the zigzags, you'll notice them start to calm down. Just wait for it, it'll happen. You'll notice that they're a little bit harsh. So we got to build this a little bit. I actually don't know what that house is that Cutthroat is talking about, the K house. Tiny, tiny, tiny little lines. And it starts to turn more and more and more green. But I will then end up mixing down and coming into these. But notice how it's calming the zigzags out of this. Okay. Do you see what happened here? Do you see that? My lights bleed right through. There. Do you see how it's starting to calm the zigzags down? Right? My links didn't come up. Why isn't that working? Is it scrolled?
It did.
Oh, it did? Okay. Yes, please, on the subscribing to the YouTube, you guys. Be so much help to us. You have no idea. I want to build a community page and I've got to meet certain criteria. Now, before I can be monetary with YouTube, I've got to have 4,000 hours of viewing. I don't suspect that's going to happen anytime soon, but you know. Now, I'm still going to have to come in there and deepen the shadows that are at the bottom, but the only thing that I will do to get that is add the smallest amount of black to this green and thin it. And I will catch the areas that are down closer to her corset. Because I have mixed it, I have desaturated it with a little bit of this green that has the gray in it. So it's a green with gray, right? Or a gray with green, sorry, the other way around. Doing that is going to make this a lighter filter than the dark color that I had in there originally as the shadow. Now, right up by the bust, we're going to have to get in there with a, now you see how that worked, right? Right up by where she cinches her corset, we'll have to get, you know, a little bit darker, just a little, to fix that shadow. And again, all I'll do is mix a little bit of that black with this green and bring it in a little bit darker. And just kind of not keep the same level all the way across there. Meaning I kind of stagger the strokes a little. And that little bit darker is going to create a better shadow line. We got to get definitely underneath this breast because of the, there. Now you'll see it start to build again. Now we come back down to the upper edge of that with that secondary shadow that we built with the green. And that fades that line. And so really the object is all these teeny tiny little tiny striations that you're making to fade the lines to create this very smooth effect. This is a really, really good thing to practice for your non-metallic metal. This is how you see those guys that are doing non-metallic metal that are just blowing your mind. A lot of those guys do it with this very teeny tiny little lines, little strokes. Not all of them. Okay, now we're going to come back to the milk bottle. Okay. Almost there. I'm going to have to get that in between. That in between line is still not satisfying me. So I'm going to make the mid-tone for the shadows, which was the green with a much smaller amount of black in it than the one that we used to build the shadow stronger. Hello, Paul John. Glazing. Teeny tiny little strokes. Oh, hold on. Nose itch. Ah. Oh, hang on. Allergy moment, you guys. Hold on. Sorry. Itchy, itchy. Thank you. Sorry. The object is to get those little areas so that they are smoother and not showing up like pokey, I guess you could say. I think I got it. Maybe this one. Even then, it might be a little pokey. Okay. That's a dog chow. Yeek.
What?
That's dog chow.
Yep.
Because it's been getting forgotten, and I don't want our tummy to get sour. Okay, now we're back to the milk bottle and glazing these lines together again. And you're going to bring it down as far as the light is going. Smoothing over one more time. And then the fabric begins to change to the color that you want it to. And all the colors that are playing into it begin to become part of it. Also, this works really good to practice this for skin. So this is the same way that I got this skin, the way that I wanted it. Now, the first highlights that we build on this that are the primary points of her highlights, we're going to use the milk bottle to build them, and then we're going to build on top of those with the plain white a little higher where the light is. Notice I'm coming like down on this little area right here. It's kind of in the shadows, but that's going to really look good. It'll be very poppy. As we come around the corner here, because there's probably not going to be a whole lot of highlight there, you'll notice I kind of tapered it off. When I take pictures of this, if you guys want to go look at it on Instagram, I think you'll see it's a lot darker on that side than this side. My lights really bleeded out bad. Now, as I come in with this highlight, I don't really, first I'll smooth the line underneath the blouse. Okay. But I don't really go under the boob too much with it. Okay. Just a little bit around the, but I'm kind of keeping it at the top shelf of the breast, because underneath the breast, we're going to get shadow. And again, I'm just still right now working with the milk bottle and layering that up. As I create the highlight, I get smaller and smaller, reducing the area where I'm putting the highlight to create that final highlight like we've got. Well, it won't be like this because it's not shiny. Her blouse is not shiny. So that's a thing. So you won't end up with that highlight, right? It'll be a different type of highlight. It'll be more of an overall velvety highlight. And once you've got that where you want it, so I feel like I have to step back from her for a moment. I still feel almost like the shadows that are between the breasts are a little bit too strong. So I will come back in. I will thin, because I don't want to get too carried away. So I will thin the milk bottle. I'm going to add a little bit of that green that we have over here. Right? And then I will make it very thin and bring those down just a wee bit more. I just feel like maybe we could calm these shadows just down a little bit right here. As we come around that side, probably not as much, because that side is actually where there is no light. This side is where we've got the light. So I'm going to kind of fade it out. And then I'm going to come in with the milk bottle again and thin it and glaze right over that. But I'm going to glaze down, because when I glaze down, I can pick the brush up as I'm feathering, and I can get a little bit thinner effect at the end of my stroke because I'm lifting and pulling the brush away. I'm trying to smooth those lines and get them just the way I want them. Yep. Better. There's going to be a couple of places I have to go into where two things come together. Because when the lights in the cabinet are on them, I'm going to use a liner for this. When the lights in the cabinet are on them, if you have a place where there is two items coming together, one is light and one is dark. Hang on, I can't talk while I do this, you guys.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
I am muted. No, Dave, actually I am not. I was being super quiet. So, if you have two areas that come together where one is dark and one is light, cabinet lights will, if you do not have the line up next to the dark thing dark, the weirdest thing happens. The cabinet lights, I noticed when the work is getting displayed, the cabinet lights will reflect that paint back. And how are you doing, Dave? Yeah, no, it's total. It was 100%, 100% me. So it's one of the things I try to pay attention to. Because I noticed that on people's work myself. So what I'm doing right now is I am fine-tuning this shadow at the bottom so that the striations are not leaving. I do not want a plain flat line right across where the shadows go when you look at her. So I have to go back in there and I have to build that shadow the way that I want it. And that's going to involve a little bit of glazing, because to keep that black line along the corset, what I don't want is I don't want it extending onto the blouse at all. And so I mix the shadow color and come back in. And then, oops, don't do that, don't do that. And then I will mix the secondary color. I can see right there, which is a wee bit more of that green mixed in there. Pretty good. Are you painting today, Dave? I'm using the liner right now because the liner has a wee bit more belly because it's longer. And I can, and also it's very fine and I could pull these really, really teeny tiny little. Yep, right into the crack. Then I will go in for the milk bottle. And when I glaze it over, it actually becomes a mixture. And I will be able to cut that if you don't like it when you come in, it's just a matter of getting that shadow just like exactly the way you want it. The shadow and the highlight, the combination. And when you get it exactly where you want it, that area right there, yes, absolutely. That's very nice of you, Scale. We need all the help we can get there with the YouTube. I really do want to get to you know, that development of that. One of the things that we've had an issue with was our videographers. We lost our last videographer that would have been an absolutely great choice. He got his, which is great because he got his old job back. So, oh, I got it. All right, so we're gonna let that dry. We're gonna let that dry. See it? I might need to bring the shadow down a little darker right around there. Just where this lip stands out and that one goes back, but we're close. Oh, Juju, thank you, thank you. You're cleaning up a failed print. I am doing well, and thank you for asking. All right, let's get in there. We're going to take the little bit of black, right? We want to get down a little bit of purple. Don't mix with your liner. Don't follow your captain. Bad. Okay, it's a super dark purpley gray. I'm not going to use this brush because I just do not have the same control that I do with this one. This one gives me a lot more control because it's shorter. Liners, look out for them. They're great for staying like in recesses, but when you know, when you're trying to control them in a little space where maybe you're blending or making in this case like these little bitty tiny lines, they just don't have the same level of control. Yep, I can see where this is going to work out really good. Okay, so now I'm taking like plain water and I'm smoothing it by picking up a little bit of the excess, right? And also it thins a little bit of that paint that I just put in there. And then I'll come back in with the milk bottle, which is our highlight right now. And just kind of get it a little bit higher up. Again, right there. Okay, so did you notice now that I moved the waist down? And the highlight up. See how that happened? There. That's much. Now she's got that nice curve to her ribs, right? And we might even get that little recess right in there a little bit darker. Just a little bit darker. But letting it dry. And then again, I have to come back in with the dark color. And hold on, I can't do this. I will tell you that getting those little fine line places are definitely a trip, to say the least. Dave, did you just get a printer? Or have you had a printer and I missed that? I have to fix that line. It's not going to work. There we go. Oof, oof, oof. Okay. Yep, see? Much better. Notice that we're keeping the fabric smooth, but the latex that she's wearing, patent leather, it has texture to it, a different texture, a different style of highlight. Ah, okay, I see. All right, now we should be able to go in here and thin the white, and I'm going to go with the real high coverage. So this is actually the Chimera white, right? And we want to get this right where the light's coming in. And a little bit right along the front there. I have thinned it to make sure we got really good consistency. And then you'll notice how it starts to make a proper highlight. I will go right along the ledge here because that little ledge of her blouse is probably going to get a little of that. I'm going to choose a couple of places where I'm going to blink the light through just to create some serious contrast for it, okay? And you'll notice that the plain white creates a different level of highlight. We do have to get along the edge of her blouse here. This is the part that's a little bit tedious. I'm going to hold my breath while I do this so that I don't paint her boob. Usually, I'm not actually holding my breath, but rather letting my breath out. I learned it when taking firearms courses. All right. Now you'll notice the different levels of white. So basically in painting white, you need to start with an off-white in order to get to the high white. Wow, hi EJ, how you doing? Just trying to build the plate. Let's take a look at that a little closer for you guys. There you go. Let's turn that off. There you can come back around here. If we turn that one off, it won't have such bad white reflection. There we go. There. Now you can really see it. So did you see how using that the colors in there makes sense, because white's going to reflect the colors, and so you add those colors to it. It gives the white a lot more volume. I could probably stand to go darker on this side. So I will work on that. And maybe a little darker right in the in between. Let me take a look. Yeah, right in back in between here where it's wrinkled. I'll have to come in there and deepen that up a little bit. Well, it's just really nice to see you. My goodness. How is adjustments to life going out there, girl? It's been a ball buster. All right. We're going to come in here and we're going to deepen those shadows that go down into the corset recess. I am going to do that with a 0. And again, building that color, I'm going to use a little bit of the green, a touch of the violet, which is purple, and a little bit of the black. And I'm going to try to get right down in here where it goes right in to the corset and bring up some very small lines of fabric that are the wrinkle being created, which I think will work out if I'm very careful how far up they go. I can also use this, if I thin it, I can use it to build the shadow on this side over here where we're not getting as much light. It's so nice to see you, AJ. I am so happy to see you. Oh my God. Kind of a quiet evening for me. I am in a considerable amount of pain, girl, and I am working on a piece that I would like to display at the ReaperCon. I'm going to make a secondary shadow and bring it into this darker one here so that I can get a little more, just a little bit more pronounced on the breast shadow. I feel like that contrast is going to help. But keeping away from the zigzags if I can. You know, that we got the last time. Oh, good. Oh, you know what? That's going to be, that's, you know, it's fun. It's a lot of responsibility, but I guess you could say it's kind of the type of responsibilities that are, I don't know, that we kind of look forward to in a sense. I am so happy for you, and welcome, welcome to your new family member. What have you named your new family member, or have you? Okay. Better. Okay, trying to keep away from that pointy zigzag, but still getting, there we go. That's much better. So the contrast is a little heavier. Also the shadow, if you notice how the shadow falls over on that side more, which is very, very helpful. Let me take a look at her from afar. Oh, well, not without my glasses, I guess. I'm still having a little trouble with this one transition on this side right here. It's not working with me, so I'm going to get some more milk bottle out. We are going to be meeting, you guys, if you're interested in the meetup, we are going to be meeting at the Midnight Heroes booth. I'm going to be painting there. And I do not know what time. What you'll need to do is keep yourself updated on my Instagram. And what I will do is I will put a shout out in there as to when I've decided. I got to kind of take a look at what's going on what days and what's going on with Brian and Chad. Yep. Okay, so yeah, that's much. See, do you see how much better that works where the corset is the crunched area at the corset? I think also we need to kind of correct this one little, I can see where there's just a, like this. Let me look, and sometimes looking in the, actually it might be the lights looking right through it, but let's just kind of get into this shadow part here. And I'm going to try to do the secondary shadow on that. And then a third one. And see if we can get this kind of, sorry guys, I got to tip it. Sorry guys, I'll stick my freaking paintbrush up my nose, huh? Oh, that's getting better. Okay, yeah, that one just wasn't working with me. Right along the edge there. Still not quite right. Hold on, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. Much better.
I'm reminding you,
Yep.
take out the dog.
Are you going, AJ, or I don't know.
I'm reminding you, take out the dog.
Did you move? Still, that one's pissing me off too. Okay, it's happening. What I'm trying to do is get the lines, all the lines that I can. I want it to be I want the graduation between the gradient between the shadows to be smooth and not too much chop going on. All right, now better. So that we have white up top of the breast, and then as we go under the breast, we get the darker color. Also, it casts its own natural shadow, which works out really well. I do see where there's a shadow and there should not be one. On the corset itself. Better. We could probably dumb that one down too, just because of where it's located. Nerf it. We're nerfing it. There. Yeah, better. Just a hint. Yes, that does. We're going on an adventure, Paul John. All right. So, having knocked that out, I do have these laces to contend with. Just don't even want to deal with it. Don't even want to deal with it. And also what I don't want to deal with is I don't want any freaking spray from the hair as we go into the hair getting on the breasts. That is a thing. Now, I take the ugly brush and I use the ugly brush to mold the plastic into the area I need it. I've got the most perfect little highlight on her neck. Don't want it. I'm going to go ahead and I also have a brush that I use, which has a really, really ugly little head on it for this. Again, one of my wonderful, wonderful little ugly brushes. Here she is. Because of the shape of the head, it will push the cellophane into numerous areas, almost like molding. And then I have one where I've super glued it, and I use that one to poke it into the places that I want it very gently. Don't want to damage the paint, but it gets it like out of my way. It's like wrapping very, very delicate Christmas cookies. This one here along the mask, because the mask is so dark, I can come back and just paint that line. I kind of don't want to get it on her face right here, but honestly, that'll just have to be a situation where I have to be extremely careful. All right. Now, I don't have to worry about touching that white blouse and ending up screwing it all up. So I actually chose a brassy color for the hair originally. I talked myself out of it, and it was bad news. Literally. I should have just stuck with the idea in the first place. But instead, I had to paint the hair like 5 different colors before I could make up my mind what color I was going to paint it, which was the color that I had my mind around in the first place. So, that being said, we will need the violet because there's violet around and and hair reflects the colors around it. We're going to need a little bit of white, which we've already got out there. We're going to need the brassy color, and probably what would be really good that would go with it would be some burnt umber. Is that burnt umber? I think it's burnt umber. Raw umber, I'm sorry. I get the two confused all the time. Let me give it a good mix. That's going to create raw umber has like a little bit of green in it, actually, all on its own. It's kind of a green brown, and that'll really help with the green that we're going to need in here. I know, right? It's either burnt or raw. Exactly, Aspire. One or the other. Same thing with sienna. It's either burnt or raw. I did forget my big glob of tacky that I hate. That's why I forgot it, because I hate it. All right, let's our tacky there so we don't lose track of what we're doing. And get her facing you guys. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go in with the base color. Right, I got to reblock it, as you can see. Kind of made a mess there. Do you have a light umber? I wonder if that would be considered cooked properly. I'm going to do a little bit of paint pushing so that I can get it into all the recesses. So I'm going to use an ugly brush. I don't need to worry too much about the shadow areas simply because, I mean, as far as like getting too much of this color in there, because they're really going to have a dark color buildup that's going on. I just really need to get it in all this hair here. Now, one of the things that would in a case of not having these colors in my palette, which I do, one of the things that would be very helpful would be to paint all over this with another coat of something like, black primer, or in this case it's blonde hair, maybe white or yellow primer. However, since we have all of these colors in our palette, it's going to work out quite well. And it's okay to have these colors showing through. It's just going to take us a few layers to get it smoothed back out again. But I do kind of want to keep some of the aspects that I got in building this other hair color. The green is going to look good in the blonde. mind you, it is a brassy, an absolutely brassy color. So I'm not trying to go for a blonde per se, like you might like to see natural blonde hair. I'm going for that color when people bleach their hair and it comes out that kind of yellowish orange color. So that you're like, oh, that captain, what a terrible color of blonde hair. Nobody wants to be dyeing their hair blonde out of a box and have it turn that color. In this case, there's a method to my madness. Okay, and then let that dry. I gave my blow dryer to Geek. I need to order a new blow dryer for my desk and keep forgetting. This is actually one of the few colors by Chimera that actually has it's you know, their pigments being super powerful, but you know, it actually has a sense of clarity to it. It's interesting because most of the colors do not, but this one, even like when you put it on thick, it has a sense of clarity to it. In fact, what I'm going to do on our next layer is I'm going to mix a little yellow ochre in it. And the yellow ochre is a little more opaque. But we can still get almost that true bright color, but it's going to really cover because the yellow ochre is wicked like that. First, we're going to let it dry. Well, hello, Volt. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are things? Oh, we're starting to, you haven't seen, I don't know, I don't think I sent you a picture of the new desk, Volt, because you were one of the people that really helped with the paint wall, and I wanted you to see the paint wall. So the paint is not on the wall, but the paint wall is up. The trim is not done, the shelf is not done, and the shelves that we're attaching, but the wall itself is actually attached in between the desks. And we are starting on the schematics for the airbrush booth. I haven't sent you any pictures. I haven't seen much of you lately. How are you? How are things? I was gonna take a minute. I actually didn't mix any medium in it. I'm just keeping it. I'm gonna take this number 1 so I can get the areas that I didn't get with the big brush. How are things out where you are? It's so nice to see you. Few areas that we can cover with the smaller brush. Oh, sorry, guys. Totally sorry there in my own little world. You're so patient and good. Did you also take the doggo out, Geek?
I did.
And how is she?
Snuggled in her bed.
In her bed? Is it in the bedroom?
No.
Oh, in her seat in the front room.
The thing on the floor with the leash.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Is slightly what? I went off camera. I know, right? Into left field there for a second. Yes, we will start with a whole lot of super vibrant orange colors coming at you there. Yellow, orange. And of course, I have to get up underneath of here. Oop, not that one. But I probably would better put a blue flag on this so that I can see it. Dull, out of focus. Hold on, guys. Good? There? Now with this smaller brush, I'm able to get in here and just attack the areas also that have dried.
I think you're talking about the focus.
That's as focused as I can get it. That is on.
Turn that light on that's next to the camera, please.
It will diffuse the colors. Hold on.
Okay.
That's why I turned it off. Hold on, guys. I gotta find the button. Sorry. Well, we're not painting white anymore. No, is that any better, you guys? Does it work on the now, mind you, that is like super bright yellow to you guys. It's more of an orange yellow. Just to let you know. A gold yellow, because this is actually 50% of the warm yellow and 50% of the yellow ochre. So it is not a super bright cartoon yellow, just to let you know. Now we're going to have to build these. I want to smooth everything out and get a kind of a consistent bit of a flow going on here. We're going to still have a little bit of green showing through. That's not happening. No. It thinks it is, but it's not. So here's where we actually damage paint in order to get a fiber off, but that is Hammy's hair. I kid you not. Hang on, and I'm going to show you how I fix that. I just fix it with paint. I'm dead serious. So weird. That little dog that really hardly has any hair. I don't know how people do the painting thing with the cats. I would go out of my mind. I mean, I remember, worse yet, Geek's dog, Bartok. Oh my God, his hair would be in everything. Okay. There we go. So it starts to, I want to be really careful about that. I should probably use the push brush for that. It's okay that it's getting on the hood because, like I said, we're going to come back and paint that hood last. Hello, Dio. How you doing? I put your one of your bags that you sent me and dice to go with them in one of the booty boxes that I made up for our winners from the contest. That was one of the things that was in the first prize booty box. All right, now you can see we've got the green is still in there, but definitely this is, I mean, well, so on my end, it's a little more
Welcome aboard the Black.
golden ochre, I guess you could say. And what was that? Well, thank you very much for that follow, Tama. I appreciate it. So now we've got that. So I'm gonna need, hold on, I gotta clean my good brush, you guys. It's yeah. Oops. Oh, Archimedes, please also put it in the chat, would you? Would you? That way we can look at it right now. And everybody else can look at it right now in case they don't want to pop into Discord. Oh, see, that's working. We also really don't want to get anything in these eyeballs that I have perfected. Oh my God, that scared the shit out of me. I thought I just broke my model in half. Oh, okay. Yeah, also, we probably don't want a bunch of that on this crackle paint. That the mask is really developed. That took a lot of time and effort to get it that way. I'm going to snug it a little bit. There we go. Let us wrap and stick. There we go. Wait, wrap and stick. Let's do this. There. And stick. Okay, better. Hello, Misko. Hello. Oh, you guys are talking printing. Yeah, we've been having some printing excitement over here too. It's been a thing. What are you up to, Shape? Mr. Shape Master, what are you doing? I saw you doing something, something that looked mechanical, like a motor or something in the local painter channel. The base of the model broke off after about 3 layers. So the weight wasn't an issue at any point. At that point. Oh, at that point. Okay. All right. I am gonna go do a blow dryer zap on this, you guys. Never mind, Geek's gonna get. But then I'm also was gonna take a bio. Do we not have marbles either? No, we do. We have race cars today. because we have a mic?
I can't do both. So.
No, you can't do both. No, I know, but when you come back, can you do race cars?
If they're really, really nice.
So he's got a microphone hooked back up at his desk, you guys, and get your race cars. Wait, Gore, you know about printing? If you come in this channel and you flex your printing muscle, I'm just letting you know you're leaving yourself open for questions in the future. I'm just saying, I do like me a printing muscle. They're very nice to have on the side.
Yep.
Oh, thank you. She was making random stuff. Oh, okay. It looked like you were making a motor. I thought you were 3D rendering a motor. That looked insanity. All right, let me blow dry this. Oh my, it has all kinds of stuff on it. Oh, well, that's good because the mistakes is the part we need to know more about, actually, Gore. Settings and, you know, the reason why prints are why they fail. You know, like you'll have a whole plate and everything prints good, but maybe 2 prints on that whole plate do not. And they're 2 completely different sizes, you know, that kind of stuff. Oh, Samini, you sweet, sweet person. Oh, I'm so excited. Although, oh, hopefully, gosh, I hope it gets here in a few days, Samini. Wait a minute. It hasn't gone out. Okay, Samini, hang on just a second. Hold on, you guys have to push pause. I'm going to give you our P.O. box, Samini, because we're leaving for ReaperCon. I'm going to be gone for a week. By the time we get back, it will be at the post office, which will be really cool. But that way it's not sitting out on the front porch in the sun. It's been kind of warm here lately. Let me go to the Messenger and Discord here really quick. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, what are you sending me? I'm excited. Samini's sending me a box, you guys. I'm getting a box from my teacher. It's exciting. All right, let me see. There you are. Yeah. Did you already put a label on it, Samini? If you guys are not following Samini and have not seen Samini's work, oh my God, you want to go look. Oh, you did. I'm sorry. Okay, well, then maybe hang on to it until Friday next week. And then put it in the mail? No, you don't need to change it, doll. You don't need to change it. If you don't want to, if you just hung on to it until, say, Friday next week, and then you put it in the mail, I will be back on Monday. And that seems like a you know, enough time for it to be perfect. I didn't expect. So, but whichever way you want to do it, either change it to the post office box or hold on to it till Friday or Saturday, whichever is best for you. That's what's going to work for me. I'm excited. I made up boxes over here too for our winners. I think everybody struggles with a new printer, Dave. And different companies' miniatures are also their own challenges as well, is what I'm watching with Geek as he develops the art. You can see that, like, if you change from one company to another, or resin, if you change resin, if you change, you know, companies, that sort of a thing. Okay, that'll work. Ooh, which convention are we discussing? Are we discussing ReaperCon? Ah. Yeah, the resin was a real big thing, Gore, for Geek in the beginning. Oh, he bought this one resin that was recommended for all the, oh my gosh, it was a nightmare. It was like gooey it was really weird. It was like gooey all the time. Fwog, are you being serious? I told him now, wait now. I said, do not come in this channel, Fwog, and flex your printing muscle unless you want to get contacted later. Because Captain's going to reach out to you with questions to save her ass over here when Geek runs into an issue. So if you flex that muscle, Captain's going to use it. I'm just saying. On that note, I'm going to give you to Geek, and I am going to take a quick bio. That is pretty crazy. Did you hear what Fwog said?
What?
Fwog has never had to scrap a print bed.
Scrape.
Oh, scrape. I thought it said scrap. Oh. What's scraping the print bed?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm not worrying about it. I'll be right back.
Button?
Captain, push a button. Oof, oof. I need Captain lay on the yoga ball too. Button, let's see. This one, that one, this one, this one. Oh, But this one?
Jesus Christ. Hello? Hey, Geeks Mike's. Hello? 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 So you can hear the geek? Because the geek wants to hear you. Can the geek hear you? Can you hear the geek? Exclamation point race. Ribbit. Ba 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 ba. Oh, look at all these people jumping into place. Some race cars. Because they love to hear the geek on race cars. Race cars and the geek is apparently supposed to be a lot of fun. And here we're going to see. We got the Blade Mark, we got the Ishan Loki, the Lords of Ferris, the Juju Balls, and the Dragonheart, Gorferinik, and the Frogenstein, and the Paul John's Live, and the Dave's Mini Art. If you didn't hear your name, you're not doing it right. Exclamation point race. All you got to do is hit the exclamation point race. I think actually, as long as the word race is in there anywhere after an exclamation point, it's good. It's good. Skid. You'll have the 20 seconds from the go. And I hit the go, so now you go. Now we go. You know? Ba 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 ba. Charge. Bum 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 bum. Dun 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 dun. Ishan, Loki, and Juju Pawns first, second, Lord Zyphers in third. Here comes Frog and Strain, Gore, Fanarnik. I'm not saying that whole thing all the time. It's just going to be Gore. Ishan, Loki now out front. Froggenstein and the Gore, followed by the Dragonheart. Watch out, everybody. Dragonheart, he's a flaming asshole. I mean, oh, nice move, Dragonheart, all the way around. Oh, that's what happens for me giving you some kind of compliment. I don't know how to, give compliments. Zypherius, how the hell did you get over there, you cheating bastages? Dragonheart way out front, but watch out. Here we got somebody didn't put away their tires. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Dragonheart still out front. Who's following the Dragonheart? Here comes Ishan Loki. There's Dave's Miniart in third place. And Blademark in fourth place. Dragonheart's running away with the show. He just wants to hit all the tires first. That's rude. Rude. Barrel roll. Yes, exclamation point, booste. Booste, booste. Boostere, boostere. Which is Russian for boost. Actually, it's Russian for quickly. Dragonheart all the way out front. Beating the snout out of y'all. Y'all better get the fucking move on. Bum, 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 bum. And Dragonheart. There's Dave's Mini Art, I think, is in second place. Ishan Loki is in second place. Dave's what? Wait, hang on. Looks like we're stuck. We've got unstuck. Ba, 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 ba. Whee! Dragonheart. Ishan Loki, Dave's Mini Art, trying to get Zypherius, trying to kill people in the stands. Dave's Mini Art in second place. Dragonheart trying to finish up, but not quite able to do it. Come on, Dragonheart, you can do it. You can do it! Exclamation point, cheat. Yes. Yes. You must do the cheating. Dragonheart is stuck on some tires. You're not supposed to be stuck on tires. You're supposed to be using the tires. That's how that works. Dave's Mini Art in second place. Dave, which printer did you end up getting? I forgot to ask you. Ooh, don't want to do that. And my microphone crapped out again. Had to fix it. Lord Zypherius over the end of the goalposts. Fanty fucking taster. Here comes the Froggenstein. Y'all got 56 seconds to go. Ishan Loki followed by Gore. Here comes Blademark and Juju Pawns pulling up the rear. Whose rear? I don't ask because that ain't my business. Dragonheart first place, followed by Dave's Mini Art. Followed by Lord Zypherius, Paul John's Life, Froggenstein, Ishan Loki, Blademark Gore, and Juju Pawns. Let's do that one more game. Dave, did you? Oh, the Mighty Sonic. Nice. Yes, yes. Now I gotta get Cheetu Box because Cheetu Box decided to be a pain in the ass and fucking lock their shit. And the Frozen 8K Mega is on the new Cheetu Box board. I really like Lychee. Really, Frankenstein? First I've ever heard of that. Any idea why? Low. That is the name of the race. Low. Yay! Oh, just in time for the pileup. That was awesome. Agu. Agu's got himself a little fancy race car. Little red race car. Little red riding race car. And Juju Pons, Agu Saku, Juju Pons missing the track, leaving Agu with the traction that Agu needs to be Agu. And Agu's going to Agu the best way Agu can Agu. You know what I'm saying? Feel what I'm saying? Agu, Juju Pons. Agu is in first place. Paul John's Life is in second place. Juju Pons falling to third place. Then Osri is behind the Juju Pons. Now Agu Saku decided to do some pond skipping. I know it looks like a sleek car, but it I guess it skipped pretty well because you're still in first place. But watch out. Here comes the Juju Pons. Ooh, little fishtail there. Let's see if you can make that corner. Let's see how Juju does. And Osri, oh, Juju Pons managed to hold on to second place. Osri desperately trying to get out in front of Juju Pons. Juju Pons doing a great job holding on. Agu Saku, oh, Juju Pons, you blew it. I had such high hopes for you, Juju Pons. Agu's just pulling. Oh, my God, Agu just smoked y'all. Smoked like Gouda. And nice. Let's see. Why didn't y'all get a Formula One race car? Ooh, there's Dave. Dave, you know why Dave can't drive? Because he's trying to do the Sonic Mini. Or the Mighty, rather. Oh, that was almost nothing but net. Oh, man. I slept fucking weird last night and my back is killing me. Juju Pons. Well, you know what, Juju Pons? Shit happens. Oh, Dragonheart. Oh, I thought you were pulling up the rear, but Lord Zypherius is the caboose today for race number deuce. Deuce, deuce, deuce. Oh, my God, Zypherius, did you, like, fall asleep at the start? Look at where you're at, man. I don't think you're going to make it. Can he do it, ladies and germs? Does he have the fuel in the tank, the gusto, the gumption? Oh, wow. Well done, sir. Well done, my lord. Agu Saku. And look at y'all. All of y'all being accused of being normal racers. I don't know how to take that. I'm trying to figure out why Lychee keeps lying to me about print times, because It's like, hey, your print time is 6 hours, and I put it on the printer. Hey, you got 10 hours on the print. I'm like, what the fuck? Ba, 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 ba. Let's go. 90 seconds. Let's do this thing. Hey, Cap. Welcome back. How was your trip? Very successful. Excellent. Excrement. And we're off like a turd of hurdles. Agusaku and Froggenstein out in front. Agusaku getting a little spin because Froggenstein likes to do a little rubbing, and Rubbin's racing, and Froggenstein's out front now. Ba, 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 ba. Osri now up front. There's Gore in second place. Osri and Gore first and second, making the turns, doing the thing, doing a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. Osri, Gore, third place is Juju Pawns, and Froggenstein in fourth place, try and catch up. Get a move on, ladies and germs. Gore was in lead until he decided to spin some Brodies. Osri now out front, pushing the captain's cone. Oh, Osri, you jumped the river, but fell off the bridge. So, good job-ish, I guess. Now Gore's in front, but there's Froggenstein. Osri parked under the... I do love how it does that and drives you into the middle of the shit ass. Where'd the Cap go? She was just here. Blade Mark, how the hell did you get out front? Who let you out front? What the bullshit is this? Blade Mark in first, Osri in second. Dragonheart popping out of nowhere. Just to show up, just to be a pain in the ass. Because that's how Dragonhearts do. Blade Mark, Osri. Blade Mark in first place. Here comes Osri. Dragonheart, Agusaku, Froggenstein, Gore, the frenetic, pheronetic, phenomena. Dave. Blade Mark, Osri, Dragonheart, Agusaku, Froggenstein, Gore, the Ferenc, the Ferengi, Juju Pawns, and Dave's Mini Art. Now we're going to go back to the captain. Thanks for rolling with the geek. The Cap pushed the button. Stop for more resin.
No? Maybe. Could be. Yeah. There we are. Excellent. You stopped for more resin? Ah, that. Okay. So, I just, let me see, what have I got on the calendar is, today is Sunday. So, I've still got a Monday, sort of, to work on this. I actually do not. Thank you, Osri, and welcome back. How are you doing, mate? How are things? Did you guys like having the race cars back? Did you miss Geek? Did you miss the game? A tournament yesterday and Path to Glory today. Really? Yeah, what's your path to glory? You did, Zephyrius. I'm so glad. I know. So I don't even know, Fwog, have you ever played the race car game before? Was that your first time? Was that your first time, Frog? Were you a race car virgin? So we got to get another. This will be like the really fine-tuned. Ah. So you're out there getting your game on is what you're saying. This will be the coat that we put in here that makes nice, smooth locks. Oh, so that would have been, okay, so I thought maybe, wow, so the race cars has been down since that very first time when you joined us? Oh, no, because he actually was yelling through my microphone. I remember that time. That was when he was using my microphone, wasn't it? On the other side of the room. Yep, this is going to work very nicely. It dried real good. Did you find out why the lychee was lying to you, Geek?
Yeah.
Oh, boo. Well, good luck, Osri. Wish you all the luck. We definitely want you to come back and tell us you won. The home team. You can be our representative there for the ship. You can represent us all. Okay. We have got a very, very nice, solid race cars. It's just race cars. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. On this, I'm going to come in here with the plain white. It's by Chimera. And then I'll be able to use that to mark my highlights. So, and the lights come in from like over her shoulder, well, into her breast, I guess there. And that's just gonna give me an idea of where those are gonna go. There's also probably gonna be a few like right here as those curves come around on the front, and maybe a tiny one right there, which will be more of a through the hair than like these will be more on top of the hair. But basically it just sort of gives me an idea of where it is. And what we will do, I have a Karu. What we will do is we will unwrap her and let you guys take a look at what we have mapped out. So you can see like the whole color map on her, as in the composition. And Geek, we are going to raid Jack of Clubs.
Right now?
Yep, I'm gonna just make sure he's still there. We're gonna raid Jack of Clubs, and I'm gonna show you guys this first. Now remember, when I get back, it looks like the next stream will be more than likely, okay, it will be the 10th of September, which is a Friday. We'll see how travel goes. The 7th may or may not be, maybe just chatting, but we'll have to kind of see. If you think about it, Tuesdays are usually a morning stream, so that might not be happening. Are you on the roster for Tuesday at the corporate desk, Geek?
At the what desk?
The corporate desk.
Yes, I'll be.
Tuesday the 7th. Okay.
But I'll be here. I'll just be upstairs.
Okay. All right. So, depending on how things go, will depend on whether or not that Tuesday being the 7th happens. Okay, guys? Now, in the meantime, one of the things that's happening over the weekend here is within like the next 24 hours here, we have had some setbacks on our side, but one of the things I want you to do is keep an eye on the CaptainMadlove.com, okay, as well as the Discord and my Instagram. We're going to be announcing the winners of the Chibi contest. We have 3 massive booty boxes that I will be sending pictures out to shout out the winners so that you guys can see those wonderful booty boxes. There's also trophies that are photographed that were made for the occasion. So just to let you guys know that that is something that is taking place. Keep your eyes peeled for it. We will wrap that up before we leave town for ReaperCon. In the meantime, if you are going to ReaperCon, I will be painting at Midnight Heroes booth at some point, probably. Let me take a look at the days here. I'm gonna guess probably Saturday at some point. I will be there and you guys can come by and see. Thank you so much for that follow, Drunken Bunny. And if you are not subscribed to my YouTube, if you guys would do me the sweetest favor of subscribing to the YouTube, because we are aiming for 1,000 followers so that we can have a community page, which up next to it being monetary, the community page is my first thing that I'd like to accomplish. I definitely appreciate the raid. I believe that, I forgot the names of the raid here. Let me see. You guys, I don't even think that you are still out there. I don't. Let me see. Ashen, thank you so much for that raid. I greatly appreciate it. And I will keep in touch with you guys, through Instagram and whatnot, as I can during the convention. We're going to see what it's all about. Never been to a ReaperCon, so this is a first for me. Thank you very much, you guys. It is a plane trip, so hopefully everything stays stable with Hammy and everything goes really well. I do want to see some painting when I get back, okay? So I am going to do a little painting while I'm there, but it probably won't be the same level. In the meantime, if you guys will do some painting and post in that Discord for me, I would greatly appreciate it. This evening, we're going to take this love over to Jack of Clubs. And Hammy is doing better, Dave. Some days are more painful than others. She had a little bit of a painful morning, but I've been keeping her on the anti-inflammatories, and it looks like it's improved. She also got all of her toes done. I will post pictures for you guys if you like. I have those rubber doggy donuts that I put on her, and they're all glitter for the occasion. So she has all glittery toes for the occasion, which helps with her. Those doggy donuts help with the slippery floor, the hardwood floor that we have that's all shiny, so that her hips are more stable. So yeah, it's not really anything other, he said, than it got overtaxed. And I want to think, I feel bad about this, but I feel like it was her ramp that collapsed and tweaked it, and then walking on the slippery floors because her nails were a little bit long. So I'm going to keep her nails trimmed back shorter, as in, you know, do them more frequently. She hates them done, but you know, it's for her own safety. So I got to look at it like that. In the meantime, you guys, okay, let's remember the self-care. Okay, if you do not care for yourself, you cannot care for anyone else. Okay, care for you. Brushes, paints, minis. Get your fucking paint on. Let's take this party over to Jack of Clubs. AJ, so nice of you to come in here. I hope everything is well with you, doll. Yes, I will talk to you guys when we get back. I mean, I'll be online, but I will see you when we get back from ReaperCon. Everybody take care of yourselves while I'm gone. Don't drink all the rum. Keep an eye on the boat. Don't burn it down. You know the drill. I'll see you in about a week. Good night, everybody. Let's take it on over. Let's take it on over.
Maybe now.
Yeah, and I will bring him up because I forgot to.
And you hit the stop button.
And I can hit the stop button. Oh, it's not even on this page. Hold on.